This is a bit mathematical, and then this process will be over. And then we'll come back to maybe some other topics like just move a little bit away from project management, then cover some other certifications, and then come back to develop schedule process. So 3-point estimate is, by the way, a mathematical technique. It actually originated from the US Navy as part of their defense program, and they actually invented this for complex projects. They wanted to have an estimation method for complex projects, a quick and reliable estimate. So it actually relies on 3 inputs from the participants. Instead of taking just one input, it actually gathers a very optimistic estimate first, O, then pessimistic, worst case, and most likely or general estimate. So normally when we ask people, their first response is optimistic. So the first response, if somebody says, I need so many days, they're usually very positive about it. Then we ask them, what do you think is the worst case? And that'll be the pessimistic. And then we can also ask them, generally, how much time will you take? So then it's the most likely. So when we do that, we need to take an average of the 3. So if you look at this triangular distribution formula, it's actually taking the average of all the 3. O, M, P must be added and divided by 3. This is the default formula to be used for the exam. Make sure that you use this formula always, unless the question specifies a few other things. And we'll move on to these also shortly. These are actually easy. It's just that after the course, after this class, you may have to go back and practice some questions and remember these formulas, that's all. So let's practice a 3-point estimate. I've got a workbook with me. Let's say, for example, optimistic is 10 days. That's the best case. And pessimistic is 20 days, the worst case, and most likely or general conditions is 12 days. In the exam, you may not be exactly given O is 10 and so on. It'll be verbal, meaning a project manager asks an employee what is their best estimate, and the response was 10 days. So best estimates means optimistic. And look at the formula usage here. I've taken the triangular distribution formula, E equal to divided by 3. So I've added the 3 and divided by 3. So I get 14 days instead of these 3 numbers. So 14 is the answer using the default triangular distribution formula. Sometimes in some cases, if I go back to this sheet, they may ask you for please use the beta distribution formula, or the question might say use the PERT formula or weighted average formula. PERT, by the way, means program evaluation and review technique. But generally they will say use the PERT formula, beta formula, or weighted average formula. Then only go for this second one, wherein you divide by 6, and also you need to do 4 times M in the middle. So 6 of them there, therefore divide by 6. Sometimes the question might also say that past estimates are reliable, or historical evidence of estimates is available, or the M value is reliable. Whenever the word reliable comes in the question, that from history we have noticed that past estimates have been reliable, or there is more confidence or more guarantee on the most likely, then you must use the divide by 6 formula. So let us look at see what happens when I use divide by 6 in the original example. So number 2 there, I've taken O plus 4M plus P divided by 6. So I got 13 here. Previously we had 14, didn't we? So 14 now becomes 13 here. And then those are the 2 formulas. And then the third one is you have to know, back to the presentation, standard deviation. Sometimes in the exam they may ask you that these are the 3 values, calculate the standard deviation. And then the formula is P minus O by 6. This is a very likely question in the exam, by the way. Either calculating triangular beta, triangular by default, beta if only mentioned in the question, P minus O by 6. So what we'll do is and the variance is square of the standard deviation. Take the square of the standard deviation. Yeah. So these are the 2 formulas additional. apart from these two formulas. So if you go back to the question, our small scenario, standard deviation square, so it's p minus o by 6. So we basically do 20 minus 10 by 6. I get 1.66. And variance is the square of standard deviation. So it's actually square of 1.66. So we get 2.75. So you must be familiar with all these formulas. Yeah, there could be just one question on this. They can even ask you theory questions. They may ask you what is the formula for beta distribution. And they can ask you that also. And then lastly, in my sheet, I actually mentioned here another bigger formula, standard deviation. Please ignore this one. I actually mentioned it's a complex formula. You might find this in mathematical textbooks. Sometimes, people have asked me that Murali, the formula for standard deviation is this one. Please don't use this. You may be taught this in the universities or wherever. For the sake of project management, only this formula is valid for all situations. Yeah? So, and lastly, there's one last thing for you to know here. Number 3, and just looking at, I think, those of you who have just joined, not much is missed. We are just doing the one technique known as 3-point estimates. It's basically the this slide here. We just started off. We have actually covered triangular distribution formula with O, M, and P, 3 estimates taken from the people, beta distribution formula. And the last thing what I want to cover is sometimes they may ask you advanced questions. What if the question is calculate the standard deviation for a group of activity? They may give you the standard deviation for, let's say, 2 activities. So they may give you this p minus o by 6 for activity 1 and p minus o by 6 for activity 2, and they will ask you to calculate the standard deviation for the combination of the 2 activities. Then what do? Then you have to use the square root of variance 1 plus variance 2. Variance means square of the deviation. And again, variance for a group of activities, this one. So I won't be doing this now. These are more advanced one. Plus, please do watch out for the first one at least. The first one here, this one is a very important formula. You never know, this can come in the exam. And these formulas are not mentioned in the PMBOK guide. Only the triangular distribution formula is mentioned in the PMBOK guide. And beta, not the others. But questions can come from anywhere. Last, this variance for group is very rare. But please do not overlook this formula. And let me show you an example of that also. Standard deviation for a group of activities. So the question says activities 1, 2, and 3 are the 3 activities, and it mentions their standard deviations, which means for activity 1, if I do p minus o by 6, I get this. For activity 2, p minus o by 6 is this. P minus o by 6 for this is so much. So how do I calculate the standard deviation for the combination? So it's very simple. Take the square root. I go to this one. Take the square root of, just a second. Take the square of this number, square of this number, square of this number, add them up, take the square root. You get this number. Do not add these 3 numbers. That will be wrong. Do not multiply these 3 numbers, but use this formula. Square of 0.4, square of 0.5, square of 0.6, add them up, take the square root. Yeah, just you have to remember it. Just please memorize it. And look at this language here. It is even more project management related. It says that these activities make up the critical path of a project. Find the standard deviation of the critical path. So keep the connection in these two. Because these 3 make up a single critical path, whatever that is, not to worry about it. It's asking find the deviation for this path. So therefore, safely you can take these 3 numbers and do this calculation and you're done. So do some practice for this important concept. Estimation, yes, you can expect a few questions on estimations, parametric, analogous, 3-point, reserve analysis. All those are quite important.